Hello everybody, welcome back to SpaceBourne 2. So, sorry I'm kind of a bit late on this episode. I've had a few PC issues to resolve, hoping that's all sorted out now. Right, we need to return to HQ. Just before I do that, I wanted to wait for this woman to stop talking. I wanted to just go here. Now we've got 14 more members that I can add, and I obviously know that I need to add them and make more squads. But I'm not going to do that just yet because I have a feeling there's a tutorial that shows us how to do that. And I wanted to check the constitution. If you remember, I tried to choose chaos. Wasn't sure if we'd got it or not. We did get it. It did select chaos correctly. But we do need to set up our policies, and obviously you can reform if you want to. If it chooses the wrong one, click reform at this point. Easy enough. So we're definitely going to set some taxes. I think we'll go up to say 10%, and non-earthlings, well, we don't really like them, so just making it up as we go along. Cut from mission rewards. Now I don't generally use this, but it's a good way of getting some money coming in. Income tax from businesses is things like factories and that sort of thing. I think they can afford a bit more than over 10%. Going to leave the soldier fees alone, and we're going to have some of their loot. Now, civil policy, neutral civilians, I think will just harm if necessary. Enemy civilians, yeah, we can kill them. Pirate civilians, we are kind of a pirate ourselves, so I'm going to go harm if necessary. And then the military policy, neutral soldiers will never shoot first. Enemy soldiers, we've got kill on sight, and you cannot choose avoid fights. I think that's what that means. And pirate soldiers will kill on sight. Social policy for earthlings, ooh, we're definitely not going to provide all their needs. No, they can take care of themselves. And the military policy, well, I guess ships are free. At least I don't have to pay for them. So fight to the death, maybe. The problem is that if we're training up pilots and they fight to the death, we lose the pilots. So I want to keep the pilots, even if they lose the ship. But I think your safety first, and then we sign that constitution. Did that change then? Pirate soldiers to kill on sight. That's better. Why that flip back to there? Okay, so now that we've set up our constitution, we're kind of good to go. Also, we've just had a very major update. We're now in version 2 of the game, and we do also now have a Nova Squad, which is foot soldiers, as well as Alpha Squad, which are our co-pilots. Well, not co-pilots, pilots that fly with us. So we'll need to train up some soldiers and things for that. Anyhow, for now, let's get down and get this meeting underway. So there have been quite an enormous number of changes. He recently rebalanced foot fights, and they are now much harder than they used to be. No more raiding high-level villages when you're a noob. That does not work anymore. But, well, we'll see. Obviously there is now a mothership in the game, something about 220 million just for the ship, so we've got a long way to go before we get into that. Okay. Over here.
Landing gear deployed.
And right. This meeting started, shall we? Oop, all over the place. Right, more decisions to be made, I feel. Okay, so we need to make a decision here on what to do with captured prisoners. Now, these are just virtual prisoners captured perhaps along the way of not really things we do. They're not talking about the pods that we capture. So we can set them free and they can come back and kill us another day. We can use them for bargaining chips, or we can do the chaos route, which is to sell them as slaves. I'm not very keen on selling them as slaves, even though that is the chaos route we chose. Seems a little unnecessary. I think the best thing to do is to use them as bargaining chips.
Good call.
Okay.
We need 3 pilot squads and 1 dropship for this battle. First, give these roles to your soldiers via the faction interface.
Yeah, I'm just going to come and stand over in the light to do this. Yeah, so I had a feeling it talks you through this, that's why I didn't do it earlier. So the conversation we've just had, apart from deciding on what to do with captured prisoners, prisoners of war I suppose, not the pods you capture in space. So we decided to keep them as bargaining chips. And I think we also need to go and attack a station. But before we do that, let's just go through this tutorial. So we need 3 pilots, 1 dropship, so basically just going to need all of those. And Space Forces for that one. And I don't know why, but I always end up putting the females in charge. I think that's because it's a hangover from real life where it seems the wife is always in charge of my destiny. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so 5 more. Oh, we got another female. Or is my mouse behaving very sluggishly now? And that one's going to be ground forces.
In order to organize an operation, open the operations panel.
Right, before I do that, I want to add some here. And I'm going to assign Alpha Squad. Just simply because I might need them. Now they're all level 1, which is pretty useless. But better than not having anything, eh? Right, open operations.
Now select set operation target. Now find House Seragon in the list and click it.
Easiest way to do that is click on level. House Seragon is always one of the lowest levels. I actually, in one of my playthroughs, did take on House Seragon, and they're pretty much just the same, but for the sake of this
now
tutorial,
find and select integration station.
we need to follow what they're saying, so there's integration
Set
station.
this station as the operation location.
There.
Good, we set our attack target. Now we need to set tactics. So click the Open Tactical Map button.
It's this big button
Our
here.
goal is to capture the integration station, but the station is surrounded by support buildings. Every support building we capture will weaken the station. And if we land troops on a weakened station, our chances of success will be higher.
Okay, I think we should take the turret quarters first, with all the fighter squads we have. Or we can send the troops to turret quarters.
Gotta wait for them to have their 2 pence worth before we're allowed to select these.
Interestingly, I agree with Molex. We shouldn't divide our troops. Let's take the turret quarter first.
Now push all 3 fighter squads to the battlefield by pressing the Add to Battle button, and order an attack on the turret quarter.
Now, I normally do split the squads and do them sort of at least into 2, but because these are all level 1, I can get it. Select the right. No, not reinforce attack. Thank you. We are actually just going to do as they say.
Good. Now press the next phase button.
Up here.
Okay, after we capture that point, we can divide our force between barracks and shield quarters. Now select these ships and send them to these places.
Okay, so we just, this time, it's already added to the battle, so we just those over there. Send 2 to that one, and then we'll send 1 over to the shield quarters, and then we'll actually go
Good.
to the shield
Now
quarters.
press the next phase button. Now select the dropship and send it to the main building.
Okay, so at the dropship, the drop there.
It is wise to bombard the main building while our soldiers try to take it. You can send fighter squads to the main building to siege. When you are ready, press execute button to send these tactics to squads.
Okay, so we just basically want to siege. That's this little box on the outside. Okay, dropship's already there. So
You have
execute.
determined your strategy for this battle. You can now close this interface.
Okay, so it plays a little simulation. You can force it to play a simulation there. So we close that interface. Now, we've set everything, but we haven't told it to execute, so we need to click on this execute button here. Average soldier level needs to be 6+ to execute battle orders. Currently level 3. Oh, that's new. Okay. So we need to wait until they level up a little bit. So we've got level 9 here, obviously, but these are all very low. Now you can see they're already level 2, so they are leveling up, and those will help bring them. That's why its average level is 3. Now you'll notice that these, if we click on them, these are leveling up soldiers, not pilots, whereas these, because we've set them to space forces, these are leveling up pilot skills. So it's interesting to remember that, because especially now we have a Nova squad, if you want to level up soldiers, just choose one of your squads, set it to ground forces, and sit back and wait for them to level up, and then you can assign them to Nova squad. Okay, so we don't need to be here to continue with that. So let us leave. Okay. So you can see we do have 2.1 million credits, but that's not going to get us very far. So we need to keep working on that. We can do looking for pilot missions, but as you can see they don't pay a heck of a lot. I mean, it all adds up. That's a level 15 boss mission. Pays $500,000. We need to guard a minor fleet. That might be okay. Remind where we are. We're level 12, so it's a few levels above us. I'd rather just destroy things. Guard miners, ooh, guards. Slave market, pay much. And then the levels get high. Yeah, when they say this one is keep it free of flies, that means that it's covered in drones. Don't kill the drones. They hate fighting drones. So we can return to our mail and pilot stuff, really. Level 13, 14, getting higher. Those are all soldier experience. Level 11. Go do that one. See if there are any low level. Could possibly do that one at some level. I want to do these because they come with people, and obviously we need people. Okay, so that gives us a little bit to work on. And the stars at the beginning. There's 1038, 1033, 1026, 1035. No double up. Okay. Stargate we go. And here we are, 1038. And of course it's the far side of the universe.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Okay, so we're about to drop in. I'm going to set my pips. Now I don't know what to expect here, so I'm going to put quite a fair few shields on. If necessary, I'll adjust it later, but
Weapons online.
he's quite tough, isn't he?
Target shields are down. Target destroyed.
He's very low to attack me.
Shield recharging.
I'm getting a bit closer.
Target shields are down. Target destroyed.
You idiots! If you want something done right, do it yourself. Leave it to me.
Shield recharging.
So I've actually got the other guy locked, and that's why I just fired a missile. So because he's locked, I can fire a missile like there, and it will automatically go after him.
Target shields are down. Target destroyed.
It actually hasn't really touched his shield, has it? Oh, that's not fair. He's firing backwards at me.
Target destroyed.
There we go. See you. Loot we've got. Not much. Pretty worthless, but we'll take it. Didn't see any pods in passing. I mean, there aren't any, of course. Ah, we do have that guy from last episode. We need to go and sell him. Let's see. Be able to sell him at the station.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster.
So that was fairly easy, and we did get a pilot level up. So just wait for the warp to start. Yeah, they weren't too aggressive. It could have been a lot worse. So talents, yeah, pilot. And I don't remember what it was we were working towards. But they're all fairly important, fairly good. This one increases the next damage. Kind of nice. This willpower is quite low. Shield boost, armor boost. Got it. Yeah, let's bring that one up. just wanted to have a quick check. Yeah, so these guys are not leveling up at all. Best way to do that is once you get some high level ones like these 4 for instance, stick them up there and these will level up. So those are pretty much at my level now, so if I take those out and move those, I can start leveling up a little bit. And then if we need to call them, at least they're roughly our level anyway. We've only got 2 more members at the moment, so I can't create a Nova Squad, but I'll probably create Nova Squad from the dropship and then replace those with new members anyway. So have to wait a little bit for that.
Docking request granted. In order to use station services, please dock to the port reserved for you in the
Landing gear deployed.
I'm not going to look at upgrading any weapons or anything just yet, but obviously that's an ongoing process as you go through the game.
Landing gear retracted.
Alrighty, so on to the next one. Don't think it really matters where we go.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. One. Destination reached.
And of course, it's way over the other side of the system.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Okay, what have we got this one? A few more ships to kill this time, by the look of it. A bit of time to get through his shields, isn't it?
Weapons online.
Meant to boost. Press the wrong button. Let's try and get a little bit closer to him. He's darting about all over the place. Difficult to land shots.
Shield recharging.
Come back. Come back and fight.
Shield recharging. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
This is where it might actually be a good idea to have like a laser of some kind. To get their shields down. Obviously, these are a bit tougher than we used to. Come on. Fly in a straight line. Make my life a lot easier. I'm keeping an eye on my shields. But obviously, while I'm concentrating on this guy, his buddies are picking me off from behind, so...
Target shields are down. Target destroyed.
There we go. There are a couple of pods there. Where's the next volunteer?
Shield recharging.
Can't quite get a lock on. There we go. Those missiles are not doing much damage at all, are they? I'm just going to use a shield booster there. Just before my shields go all the way down. Yeah, he's nipping about all over the place, isn't he? Wow.
Target shields are down.
He seems to be turning a lot faster than I can.
Shields are offline. Target destroyed.
Can't even kill a single ship? You incompetents!
We're almost dead, so I think I'm going to have to beat a hasty retreat here. We're just going to use the engine boost feature just to get out of range. Get some shields back. I was hoping I could get that well, I assume it's his buddy, I don't know, before I had to run away, but unfortunately we're eating away my armour at such a rate of knots. Okay, so we need to get some energy back. So I do have an energy on a quick button, so I can press that to boost our energy ratings. This guy, clearly the one we were playing with. Yeah, you like missiles, mate. So the heavy fighter over there, I think, is the one that was chewing up our armour. And we'll see if we can draw this guy away from him. Not sure what the range of these weapons is.
Shield recharging.
heavy fighters flying alongside him, I think. So I could call in my Alpha Squad, whatever it's called, my buddies, but I want to try and do it without them, primarily because I don't want them to die. Might need them for the operation on the station. To keep a close eye on my armor here.
Target shields down.
You're dead, mate. You're dead.
Destroyed.
Okay, so just the heavy fighters a go.
Shields are offline.
He's tough. I'm going to try not to use a shield booster, but if we have to, we have to. Waiting for that cooldown. Okay, shields are coming up. Keep some range from him. So this is a level 14 boss dude. That's why he's going to be a bit tough. My lasers didn't appear to be making much difference. Shields were pretty strong. So we might end up having to call my buddies in to help. Just simply for the extreme firepower. Just waiting for those shields. I want to try not to use a booster because I'd rather use that in battle if possible.
Shield recharging.
No, not hitting him. Oh, just... He's hitting me as well, so that's not good.
Shields are offline.
Oof. One pass and taking my shields out already. So we're going to get some distance. Rid of these missiles. And we'll call in our squad. Going to set them to attack formation so that they stay near me and just give me additional firepower. Yeah, see the shields are going down fast with those helping.
I need reinforcements. Now!
Try and make sure we get rid of him. Alright, so I think he's gone. I think this is just his buddies.
Shield recharging.
So you can see how useful the squad is here. Would not have been able to do that heavy fighter without them, just simply because my firepower isn't enough to take the shields down.
Target destroyed.
Okay. That appears to be the battle over. So, what you can do here, you can see one of my squad has taken shield damage, otherwise they did really well. But press F1 and then tell them to warp away. And you get a cooldown before you can call them back. 30 seconds or something. But that allows them to repair and recharge, should it be needed. Okay. Nice weapon there. Have a look at a couple of those. And I think, although I did see pods early on in the battle, I think they've long since gone. Yeah, I don't think we had any pods from the last lot of attackers. Alrighty, so we need a bit of a restock. We did get an offensive pack. I don't have an offensive pack, so I can't use it. And a pulse. I don't have a pulse, so I can't use it. And what do we have? Burst. Yeah. So I might change one of those bursts out, just to put some kind of a, perhaps a pulse laser in its place. That one. Damage 388. Pretty close. It'll give me the option though to be able to take out shields, which clearly I need. Right, let's quickly hit the station and restock. And I'll go off and do the next one.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And it looks like we did level up our pilot again. So we were doing this one. So next time we should be able to... that one, I think. I don't like those two because if your shields are totally depleted, you're probably screwed anyway. So I think reflecting 100% of the damage back when the damage is absorbed is probably quite a good one.
Docking request granted. In order to
Landing gear
station
deployed.
services, please dock to the port reserved for you in the next minute.
And while we're here, these. And I could also do with upgrading this. Currently, oops, get out. Currently, base damage 3000 is pretty low. So let's just have a look at that one. Repairs your ship's armor. Yeah. So we're losing the benefit of the burst, but it gives us. Where are we? Gives us 388. Isn't a lot, but it helped to take down shields. Shield damage is only 155, but for some strange reason the shield damage is kind of doesn't make sense. As you say, oh well, if I couldn't take the shields down with 359, how am I going to do it with 155? But it's just more effective that way. Okay, components. We just need 1 energies, 2 shields. And get some pod catchers, and I'll just stick those in the bank. Okay, so sell all, a little bit more money, and give us 2 of those, and 1 of those. So we're using burst primarily. Oh, I need missiles as well. Do the missiles first. So we can have a look at the missile pods. So capacity is the same, double the damage. 1,000, that one's 2. Not all about damage, but that's tier 3. Does carry a capacity of 11 missiles, which is quite nice. Tier 2. 237,000. A mere nothing. Right, so the bursts that we're currently using, 462, 589, 477. So clearly that's a better burst. There's a tier 2 burst, 2 tier 2 bursts. Does 1,000 damage. 990, 2.5 degrees heat. 9 degrees. They are quite hot. Almost double the heat of the ones that we currently got. So all 3 are better than ones we got, but I don't think I can afford all 3. That's 1.5 million. Yeah, so that would be 3 million altogether. Basically spending all of our money. Let me go and see what we can get rid of. Weapons. 462, 589. I think I preferred the bonuses that one gives. That's why they're in the wrong order. Either that or the update screwed things up. So we've got a better missile pod. We can put that in. And then not forget to refill it. Burner. Lots of missiles. So we want to keep the best one. 589. It's that one. So I'm not going to be putting it in there, but I'll just chuck it in for now. So that gives us 2 to sell. We can get maybe 500,000. Entrance. Will it get us enough though? Okay, so switch all those off. And we want to sell. Well, we can definitely sell that. So that gives us 102. That gives us 173. Don't think that's enough. So I'll buy the most expensive one. Leaves us 816. That one. 462, 477. So we sell that one. We know we can sell that for 173. So 173 on that is what, 990 is 11 up. 773. No. So we can't do it. We need 12. 14 for that one. So we got one. We're going to have to just make the best that we can make out of them and get some more money. Okay, so we'll take that one out again. Right, so that's 1,000. Pretty much the order they're in, isn't it? So we've increased the damage they do, which compensates obviously for us changing out the pulse. And let me just stick this back in here. Back up to that, make sure we've done the rockets, which we have. Okay. So we're broke again. Well, just under 1 million. We need to make some money. But we do still have some more contracts to do. And we are now back up to 11 in our army. These are leveling up nicely. So I think we'll give them just a little bit longer, seeing as I've got these other contracts to do anyway. I just hope this isn't as tricky as the last one.
Landing gear retracted. Weapons online. Shield recharging.
Not sure I like that pulse weapon. Very hard to hit him.
Weapons overheat.
Wow. Yep, that overheats fast.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
There's actually 2 here, I think.
Weapons overheat.
Yeah, flying in synchronized flight mode.
Target shields down. Target destroyed. Recharging. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Yeah, the bursts are definitely better. Not sure what's going on with that pulse. Yeah, appears to be all of them. What do we got today? Catcher, shotgun, nah. Not much. I'll have it. And any pods? I didn't actually see any ejectees, but look. No. Okay, well, we might as well just go straight on to the next one. We didn't really get much from that one.
Shield recharging. Weapons online.
Why my weapons weren't firing? No, I'm not sure what's going on with those pulse lasers. They're very slow. They'll lead the target a lot further than that little reticule shows you. Right, if I could get close to him, but prefer the pulse. Somebody up behind me. Come on, die. Is that you firing at me? That was very rude. Again, two of them there, on top of the other.
Target shields down. Weapons overheat. Target destroyed. Warning, shields are offline. Weapons overheat. Target shields down.
Yep, so am I.
Target destroyed.
Let's try and see if we can figure out what these new missiles are like.
Shield recharging.
Well, it didn't really have much effect on him, did it?
Weapons overheat. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Okay. So that's another contract. Bites the dust. Goes away. I think we'll get rid of that pulse. That was clearly a waste of time. Right. Add one to that. And then I'll keep going on that one. We might as well go up to level 2 of that as well. And then at some point we'll take that one up. Okay. Anything? Nope, nothing. One button. And I didn't... Well, there were pods again earlier on in the battle, but I think they've all long gone. Don't see anything. Well, that didn't really achieve much. I think we got a little bit of money and we added more to our army, which is kind of good. But we should be ready now, I think, to take on the operation. So if we go back to operations, it should all be set, ready to go. Integration station, everything's set so we can execute. And then we need to go to Hesiod 16. So 16 into that, set the route, and looks like it's next door.
Calibration
Shields are pretty much up now anyway. I would like to change that weapon out before we do this. But we haven't got much money, so I'm certainly not going to be able to put a burst in there. We'll have to find maybe a couple of rails or something. We'll have to see. Right, off we go. Let's go and see if we can do this operation. Uh-oh.
Warning, warp drive disrupted.
Someone disrupted our warp drive. Get ready for anything.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
We're sorry we had to stop you in this manner. However, it was the safest way for us to tell you good news. You have earned the honor of being a member of the Brotherhood. We invite you to our headquarters in the Eel system. Farewell, brother.
The Brotherhood. I've never heard of it before. It would be wise to go and check it out, this headquarter in the Eel system.
I'm thinking probably not just at the moment. The Brotherhood, as I know, is essentially a pirate faction. And it involves piratey things, which is kind of a fun twist on the game. And I did say I was setting out to be a pirate. The only problem is pirating is not that profitable, if I'm honest.
Please approach to the jump point to start.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll go and check it out at some point. But meanwhile, I need to build up our headquarters, our empire, and, well, make some money. So for now, we'll continue with the story mission. We're going to attack this station. And then we'll teach Seragon who the real boss is.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Wow, don't believe in billboards much around here, do they? Crikey. Okay, so we need to go to the escape route to meet up with our squad. The escape route is always up by the sun there. So, go there first.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Hopefully everybody warps in. Looks pretty good. Okay, so battle target integration station. And they should all jump with me.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed.
We'll actually just do a quick save here, just to save a little bit of time if anything goes wrong. Okay, so there's the station in front of us. You can see it's shielded. And if you look on the right there, that big screen, let me just come off, dark background behind it. That's kind of giving you an overview of what's going on. And yeah, we're now at war. So you can see the turret quarters on the bottom left of that screen. Yeah, ignore the chatter, by the way. So it looks like we are being attacked here, which is not really a surprise. But normally all the fighters will go off and defend their places. What's going on with these weapons?
Weapons overheat.
Wow, they do overheat quickly, don't they?
We're losing
Target shields are down. Target destroyed.
I was actually trying to talk about what was going on, but they keep attacking me, so it's kind of difficult.
Weapons overheat. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Just slammed the brakes on there, I knew he was behind me.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Right, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, if you remember, we sent our fleet to attack the turret station over there, and we're waiting for them to take it. And you can tell when they've taken it, because if you look at the icon, I can't really show it you, it's still orange, 15 green to 10 red or orange. So our forces outnumber their forces, but we're just waiting for them to capture it. And you can see that blue line going up at the bottom, popping back down again occasionally. That's how close we are to capturing it. So when that gets to the top, it'll turn green, and we will have captured that, and then we can move on to the next step. So we're just waiting on that at the moment. If you did want to go and help, you can here just hold down the B key, and that switches your battle engines on. So it's kind of like a slow warp. So you can see we've got an awful lot of red dots, so I'm just going to shoot forwards, help out my crew.
Shield recharging. Weapons overheat. Target destroyed. Weapon target destroyed.
There's a pod there, but there's not much danger of me being able to capture it at the moment. Not with people shooting me.
Weapon shields overheat. Target destroyed.
You don't need to worry too much about the turret fire coming from this building here. It'll stop when we capture it, and to be honest, it never hits you anyway, very rarely.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay, so you can see it's gone green now. Over there, see it's gone green. So that means we've captured this one. So this is time to pick up the pods and things if you want to. There are some loots I definitely will have. Not too worried about the pods because they're very low level here. So the pods probably aren't worth a lot of money, but the loot could be. So we'll definitely have that. Alrighty, so if you remember in the setup plan, the shield quarters will only have one fighter group going to it. The next target is over there. So 2 fighter groups are going that way, and only 1 is going that way. So for that reason, a good idea, before I create the next step, for me to go and shoot over there. Okay, so we're on our way, so it's hold control down, middle mouse button, move on to the next step. And hopefully they'll get there about the same time as me.
We have completed this phase and are moving on to the next.
Yep, there they are.
Need help at shield
Okay, so I want to kind of help them here as much as I can, because they are only fairly low level. The one that was shooting me. Ooh, I think they're all shooting me. Really like to be able to use these pulse lasers, but they're really terrible.
Target shields down. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat.
Come on, stand still. Thank you.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Yeah, when you can get a hit with them, they work quite well.
Warning. Shields are off. Target destroyed.
Not sure what took my shields down there, but
Target destroyed. Overheat.
alrighty. So we've got shield quarters, which is where we're at. We're still waiting on the whatever the hell it was, drone quarters. That one over there. There is a heavy fighter over there. You can see on the red dots just under where it says step 2 there, there's a bigger red dot. So maybe would be a good idea if I don't want to lose any of my dudes, although they're fairly cheap to replace. It's a nuisance having to wait for them to train up before you can use them. Wrong gun.
Target destroyed.
Not sure where the heavy fighter is. Doesn't appear to be here.
Shield recharging. Target destroyed.
Oh. Killed him just as I got here. Okay, so the next step is the middle. So I can see some red dots there. Again, my guys are probably quite capable of taking it out. Oh, there was a crate there I missed. But I just want to pre-position just to be on the safe side. So don't worry about the red dots that have gone back to the places we just captured.
Weapons overheat.
If you leave them there long enough, they will capture it back, but it does take them a very long time.
Weapons target shields down. Target destroyed. destroyed.
So still got a dude over there somewhere. Okay, so we'll move on to the next step now. The dropship should come in. Should be here. Yeah, there it is. So you can help your guys out if you want. You can't land here, but you can jump out. And now don't shoot your own guys. These are your guys. Well, believe it or not, although they're shooting me in the back. So you just want to shoot the red suited guys. Don't actually see anyone. Okay, so that cheer means we've captured. Now, you need to get the hell out of here. Because this is an example of how to do it, it doesn't let you capture or plunder it. You can only destroy it. But on future victories, you get a choice of which one you want to do, and these are the resources you get. So, obviously we choose destroy, confirm destroy, and then you need to get the heck out of here. Now, in a normal attack, all of these green dudes of yours will disappear at this point, but for some reason, in this example, they don't. So we're just going to tell them to move to the next step, and then they clear off. Well, they should clear off. Where he came from, or what he's attempting to do, but he's a bit late for the battle. Can't hide the HUD, unfortunately. I was waiting for the explosion. I've forgotten what button I set. It's camera mode. Anyway, there we go. So he's still asking for help at turret quarters. That's just ambient voice. Take no notice. It doesn't mean anything. He just wanted to bring me some loot. No probe available. Okay. Interesting. Don't know why that is. I think it's maybe because we're in the middle of a mission. Seems a bit odd because we used a probe earlier, so I don't know why that's the case. Anyhow, there's nothing else to be done here. We have ruined their station. All we can do now is get the heck out of here. And after capturing or plundering or whatever it is you're doing in the system, it's a good idea to leave the system.
Calibration module activated.
Simply because it updates the game. Like, the game needs to know that that station's been destroyed, and at the moment it looks like it has, but we want to make sure the game knows it has. So leaving the system, even if you then just come straight back in again, just make sure everything's caught up. Okay, we need to go back to...
I'm not sure. I could only tell that train had gone
probably the
back.
easiest way to get there is this.
Had managed to escape from there.
Into HQ on planet Brion.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
So I have got a bit of rubbish to sell, but we can do that anywhere.
Please proceed through the gate on the path reserved for you.
So some message about Drain going mad. Drain, of course, is our robot. And in the text that I skipped earlier, actually, Drain did tell you that it G, don't know what to call it, robot, wasn't feeling like itself. So that's a whole new storyline.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next
Get back
waypoint is being
to the
passed.
system.
And 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okie dokie. So, Lion Station, there's not a lot there. I mean, I could sell the stuff there, but there's not a heck of a lot there. What stuff have we got? We've got quite a lot of stuff. Just not worth much money. Gonna need to work on that. However, I think we've reached the end of today's episode. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to return to headquarters and we'll find out what Drain's been up to while it wasn't on board with us in the next episode. But I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe you learned something. If you didn't, you got any comments, please leave them in the video below. I will answer every comment that I can. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to see more, please consider doing so. But at the very least, if you like the video, please click the like button. It helps me enormously. Take care of yourselves now. See you on the next one. Bye bye.